First of all, O levels and A levels, maybe you see in my video as well. O level and A level completely two different things, right? So O levels, if you know the facts, if you remember the facts, you can answer, you can get A stars, no problem. But A levels, it's mainly application, remember that. Okay, so A levels basically application. Even you remember everything, it doesn't give you A. Maximum you will get a C, right? If you remember everything, entire textbook. It's not that, it is purposely application. How you apply, how you analyze, interpreting. Basically, that's what I'm saying, always you have to think like a scientist or biologist. You have to think like this, not like a parrot. You can be a parrot in O levels, not here. Okay, no use of become a parrot here. You have to think like a scientist here, right? So in your, first of all, I'll tell you something about your papers. So here in A's, you are getting three papers. You are getting unit 1, unit 2 and unit 3. Three papers are there, right? So in unit 1 paper, you are having two topics. First one is about lifestyle. That means about cardiovascular diseases. So a little bit more detailed topic is that one. Then lifestyle, then heart is there, circulation and heart. Okay, lifestyle, heart, and those are the things you are getting, and risk, or some of the risk are there about the cardiovascular disease, those things. Biological molecules, it comes there, right? So in unit 1 paper, in the paper you are getting MCQs, you are getting short questions like very state what is that, what is this, like that, structure questions, and graph and interpretations. Those are the important ones. Unit 2 is a little bit different. Unit 2 more theoretical part. Unit 2 contain basically about genes, right? So inheritance, biodiversity, cell division. So more theoretical part unit 2 is. There also you are getting MCQs, short answer questions, structure questions, and interpretation ones. Unit 3 is most important one, the practical paper. Practical paper. So you have co-practicals to be completed. From that co-practicals, you are not doing really practicals here, you are writing about the practicals. So we do co-practicals here. Okay, so we do co-practicals here because it is required. Individual co-practicals will be done. Otherwise, it's, you have to remember something you didn't do and you have to write by 4. So it's not applicable, right? So this paper, unit 1 paper, they are giving out of 80. Unit 2 paper, they are going out of 80. And here they are giving out of 50. So altogether, what is it? 200, 80, 80 and 160 and 210. Okay, that's the total raw marks we call. So that 210 is converted into 300 marks. That is called UMS. 300 out of 300 they convert, they get the raw marks. Raw marks depending on the exam difficulty, easier, is it leaked or not, so many factors, they are converting this 210 into 300 marks. Out of 300 only they are giving your cutoff marks. That is called UMS, right? So don't compare raw marks every year. For example, last year raw mark is this, so this time out of 80 I got 70, I get A. No, it's not like that. It changed year by year because the conversion of UMS is not constant. They have several factors they are considering when they convert raw mark into UMS. So always you have to think about UMS mark. UMS mark. Okay. So out of 300 only you get. So even you can get 300 out of 300. Even you miss some marks here. That's the way of conversion basically. For example, let's say you get like 78, 78, 50. It will be out of 300 in UMS. No problem, like that. It's like that how the conversion. It's like tricky part, conversion part. Remember that. So here, in biology you have to worry about, according to my experience, unit 1 paper. This is the paper you are going to worry. It is not hard. It's because first of all, this unit 1 paper is the one you are facing first paper as the first paper in A levels. Biology, if you are doing, of course you are doing biology, so that's the first paper you are going to face. If you do maths, some other papers, right? Therefore, especially with the excitement, panicking, so many things can go wrong in the first day. So unit 1, therefore, a little bit tricky. Another thing, this lifestyle factor. So many 6 marker questions are there. So lifestyle means so many questions not mentioned in our syllabus can come. Not the theory wise, case study wise. In UK some of these things happens like that, like tricky questions. Vast different like more spread questions are coming, not exactly asking the theory part from unit 1. Unit 2 usually is a normal paper, theoretical paper. You can score very nicely there. Unit 3 also, don't worry about this one. Right. So unit 1 is the one I have always saying you need to be very careful. Usually they are scoring low marks in unit 1, then they adapt to the environment and everything, got good marks for unit 2 and 3. But everything depends on the UMS then at the end. So it matters. Okay. Another thing. Then you have A2. A2 also another 3 papers are there. Unit 4, 5 and 6. Compared to the A2, ACE is easier. Therefore, you have to make sure you get maximum marks here. Why? Even you lose some marks in A2, now you have safe kind of marks here. You got extra. Then eventually your final mark will be A. Otherwise, you get, for example, marginal A here for the A's. Then, if you get B for A2 or B to A2 papers, then your total will be B. You got my point, right? Because A2 is a little bit harder and more gravity is there. Therefore, if you get a B here in A2, A got for A is marginal A for that, your A can be converted to B. So that risk is there. Therefore, you get a good A here. Then even you lose some marks in A2, let's say you get B for A2, but your final mark will be A because you have extra here. Remember that, okay? So most of the students very nicely working for A2, enjoying their A's, right? So getting B's, but converting B to A is not that easy. Converting B to A is not that easy. So therefore you have to work on this one. So remember about the unit 1 paper, very easy theories, not much hard. Theories are little bit like what you call advanced than the O-levels. But details you need to remember is very much. Keywords. And other important point is, usually you think the student, they do this mistake. They think when you write 1 point, it is 1 mark. In A-level it's not like that. Sometimes you have to write 3 points to get the same mark. That's the difference. That's the difference, okay? So don't think when you write 1 point you get 1 mark. No, sometimes these all 3 points should be there to get 1 mark. Even 1 is not there, no mark is given. Like that. Combining points are there. That's why they say marking is tough. All 3 points should be there in the answer to get 1 mark. Sometimes 1 mark is 1 point, that's fine, but most of the time now it's combining points. Remember that as it. Right? Another thing, no need to write. For example, in Edexcel papers as a habit, they are giving a lot of spaces. For example, 3 marks even they give half a page. For 3 mark question, they give half a page. Don't trying to fill the gaps, right? There's no rule you need to use or the entire space to write. So they are not giving mark for the space allocation. That means how many letters you wrote. Points. For example, if it is a 4 marker, let's say you have half a page to write. You can get all 4 marks within 2 lines. Don't worry. As long as you have the points in there, they give the full marks. Even the half a page you wrote, it can be 0 marks if the points are not there. So as a habit, even from the beginning, as a habit, when you write the answers, underline the points you think it is correct. That's a nice habit to continue. Okay, nice habit to continue. Underlying every time you write about the answer or whatever the thing. So when we are writing the theory also I am mentioning to highlight this. Those are the keywords. Keywords are very important in Edexcel. Very important. Slightly different keywords, no marks. Slightly different keywords, they are not giving marks. Okay, so keywords, combining points, no need to use the entire space because they are giving a lot of space. So you'll see sometimes like 6 marker they are giving 2-3 pages. For 6 marker like essay, no need, half a page is enough, but point should be there. So don't waste time. If you don't know answer, don't waste time just writing there. It's not a literature paper or something, right? So just give the points. Okay. Another thing, this paper 1.5 hour paper, first 2 papers 1.5 hour paper, so time is usually not a problem. Paper maybe looks like 38 pages, 40 pages can be there, but with lot of empty spaces in the middle, so don't worry about that. Okay, so it's a nice exam, nice challenge, but you have to accept it as a challenge, not like a headache. If you think this is like a, I can't do this one because my parents are telling me to do, I am doing. No, you have to accept that Edexcel is challenging you. If you can get an A, Okay, I accept my challenge. Let's see who is winning, like that. So that attitude is needed. Okay, with that attitude only you can basically conquer this exam. Okay. So that's how AS is being done. And we have programs, so we have to finish the syllabus very quickly. By November we will finish the entire AS syllabus. We have to do lot of questions, papers. So usually it is around 40%, maximum 40% is the theory part. Okay, you understanding theory very nicely, everything you remember. Other 60% of your result basically depends on how many papers you write, how many questions you done. So papers are very important in this exam. Remember that, because the pattern of answering, way of answering, completely different. Points are there, way of writing is there. Otherwise, you 1.5 hours will not enough. So you have to master the answering skills. Okay, answering skill. At least around 6 months we have to do papers. So we are doing papers until there are no other papers to be done. Like that, we have to do all the papers, different like not the past papers. Usually I am not doing straight away past papers, so I am making papers and giving to you. So it's every time, every day is a new challenge, like that we do. Okay, so let's see. So we'll finish the syllabus very quickly. At least 3 times it will be done before the exam. So with the theory first of all, with the revision, with the seminars, 3 times syllabus will be covered. Then the papers will be done entire, like at least hundreds of papers. You can see how much of papers we will be finished at the end of that, end of the entire course. So you are getting ready. Definitely you will be very nicely ready for the exams. But the thing is, don't miss any classes. Maybe 1 week missing a class can, entire chapter can be in trouble, because they are interlinked. Okay, and one more other thing, if we have textbook, so we are not following the order of textbook. Okay, so don't panic, because the textbook having a different order, syllabus document having a different order, right? So I am following the syllabus document, because textbook the details are here and there, like in O levels also same, here and there, but the exact way of teaching is mentioned in the syllabus document. So this note is for syllabus document. So don't panic, I miss something. No, I am doing it later, because there are some things linked together. So all the linked parts I put together, then it's easy. Otherwise you learn A here, then after so many like say weeks you learn the B. Impossible to do. So we first of all we collect together. The note is made like that. Okay, very nicely, everything linked together will be taught, everything will be nicely covered. So don't panic if you compare with the textbook, some parts are missing. For example, biological molecules. So first of all we are doing carbohydrates, water, lipids. We are not doing proteins. Proteins we are doing later, like that. But in the textbook everything together. Okay, so because there's a reason for that. There's a reason. With the experience, otherwise you will be definitely, you are in trouble. So don't panic, everything will be there. So this is our theory note. Then after the theory is done, I am giving you short notes, smart notes we call. Then I am giving another very important one just before the exams, having marking points. Okay, so that's the last tute you need to remember. But the thing is, by just getting last minute tute, not enough. Why? In order to understand what are the points are there, you need to go through these 2 tutes beforehand. Okay, because the theory note contain everything with nice diagrams, well expanded descriptions, everything. Then the revision note little bit compressed. Final note is highly compressed. Maybe the entire topic is 1 page, something like that. Okay, so that's how we do. Very nice plan is there. So we have to work on that. And the practicals also, all the practicals, core practicals, whenever the topic is done, we go for that core practical and individually we do that. Then you can answer unit 3 paper without any problem. Don't worry about that. Okay.